With the cost of oil rising, the cost to heat your home is also rising. But it doesn't have to be that way. Not if you have the best installation you can have. Stuart Fern of SAFCO Foam is here in today's Home Appeal to give you the lowdown on SAFCO's foam insulation. Good morning, Stu.
Good morning.
Why is insulation so important to our home?
Well, first off, that's a major cost of owning a home is the utility cost, heating and cooling. And also this last winter, a lot of people had ice dam problem. The major root cause of that is air leakage and heat loss.
Okay, now I have, let's say for example, I have the pink stuff. I have the traditional pink insulation. Is that not good enough?
Well, first off, sorry to hear that, Nate. All right, and I mean, that was state of the art when they started using that in about 75 years ago. However, Icynene and foam insulation, that is 21st century technology. All right, so if you choose to use something 70-year-old technology, you know, that's your choice. But I know I'm not using a 70-year-old furnace in my house or a 70-year-old technology window for that matter. So with today's energy prices, it certainly makes sense. Use the best.
Now, how effective is this Icynene when it comes to insulating your home? I mean, I think this guy right here tells the story completely.
Yes, this is called the air seal display, and what it shows is the old-fashioned type insulations on the outside, left and right, and foam insulation in the middle. I have a fan blowing in the hot air, just like heating your home, and you can see the hot air just blasts straight through.
It's coming right out the top, whereas
Right.
in the foam, it's sitting right here and you can move it. I mean, it's clearly not going anywhere. This is not moving at all.
That's the main difference. Is foam insulation is airtight. We spray it in liquid, Nate, and it expands 100 times its size in place. So it's a perfect fit every time. It fills in every bitty nook and cranny, and it makes your home airtight, stops the leakage.
And the temperature on these things also tells the story. You just saw the cellulose, it's 99.3 degrees, this air coming out of here. It's blowing in at about 120 degrees, whereas this foam is somewhere in the vicinity of 80 degrees.
Right.
I mean, it's still pretty warm, but I mean, think about the studio lights and all that going on here. That's really warm. I mean, to cut 40 degrees out of that is pretty amazing.
That's right. This is what shows what's more important. Air leakage is the primary importance. R value is secondary. R value is how they actually measure insulation nationally. However, this shows the Icynene right there. To make it halfway fair, we only use R13 on the foam. The other things are R30, and we still outperform them. So,
well, you said now you're getting into the R value. What do you mean by R value? What is that?
That's how they measure insulation nationally. Anything. So it's like a standard. That's resistance to heat flow. So.
Okay. We've got some pictures here. These two neighboring houses that they're next door to each other. This one you see. Check out the ice dam. This was most people's winter.
Yes.
You can see the ice is just accumulated. There's another one. The ice just accumulated. But then these people did not have SAFCO foam insulation.
That's right.
These people did.
Yes. This is a customer I insulated about 2 years ago, and you can see 0 icicles on their house. I happened to take these pictures on the same exact day this last January. No icicles here. One of the neighbors happened to call me and asked if I could fix their ice dams. Those were one of those first 2 pictures. Tremendous problem. They had thousands of dollars worth of damage to their homes. And I said, yeah, here's another house right here that I insulated. It's directly across the street from the other one.
No icicles.
Zero icicles, right. 0 damage, even in this most trying of winters. So that's the thing. And these 2 houses I've completed, they're much more comfortable. They have lower utility bills, even though they were built in the 1930s.
What does SAFCO insulation do to your utility bill?
It basically cuts it up to in half.
Wow.
Right? So it's a big deal, especially on these old homes. People are starting to pay attention, especially with the gas prices nowadays. People realize that utility bills are a major cost. So people are starting paying attention. these older homes, it'll turn it into a superstar and make it perform like a modern house.
We've seen where it comes to the ice dams, it keeps them down. So obviously it keeps the heat in your house in the winter. Does it keep the heat out of your house in the summer as well?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. In an existing house, most of the time we spray right on the roof deck, and what that does is that's right on the opposite side of the shingle that gets so hot from the sun. So the shingle might reach 120 degrees, the insulation's right there up against it, stopping that heat from coming in. So it makes the second floor of the house much cooler, more comfortable.
Is this something you're ever going to have to reinstall? I know the pink stuff, you occasionally, I mean, it could get wet or something and you have to put it in there. Do you have to reinstall this stuff?
Absolutely not. Icynene comes with a building lifetime guarantee. It does not settle, sag, fall off ever. It's not a food source for mold. So even if it does get, even if you have a roof leak, Nate, or put it in your basement, that's one of my favorite applications. Basements flood occasionally. You're never going to have a problem with foam insulation because it won't mold.
Now, what's the cost of this versus the cost of the traditional insulation?
Yeah, this of course is the best that you can buy. It'll probably cost about 2 to 3 times depending on the application.
But I mean, you're saving half on your utility bill.
That's
you
right.
don't have to then use you don't run out of, you don't have to worry about an ice dam.
That's right. Yeah, the benefits are huge. This lasts forever, all right? So before buying the cheapest thing, all right, for something that's going to last forever in your house, you should consider maybe buying something that's a little bit better.
Absolutely. Stu, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This is this is a fantastic product. You see how well it works. I mean, the proof is right here, in the pudding, as they say, or right here on the table.
Yep.
So Stu, thanks so much.
Thank you.
For more information on SAFCO Foam, you can visit their website, SAFCO Foam, SAFCO Foam.com.